Hello, welcome to a new video. I thought I'd do a good old-fashioned vlog this week and just take you around with me. I've just got a few jobs to do around the house. I won't bother showing you all the housework and things I need to do today, but there's a few bits and pieces that I think you might be interested in, so I hope you enjoy watching. The first thing I'm going to do, which is quite an enjoyable thing really, before I get onto the worky work, I'm going to swap around some of the cushion covers. I've still got most, I've made a start, but most of them are still in our summer colours, which is mainly pale blue. There are some spring ones still scattered about actually. I can see a pink floral one there, a pink pom-pom one there. They should have gone away at spring, but I guess I didn't have enough summery colours. I need to make some more cushion covers, I think. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that. I don't think I'm going to get all the autumn decorations out the roof today. I don't think I'm going to have time, but I'm guessing that will be sooner or later, but that might be a different vlog. So I've got sort of a mustardy yellow for autumn, and I've also got some more rich, like terracotta-y colours as well to bring in. And I've got the lampshade to change. The lampshade does sort of go nicely with that chair, but I'm still going to change it to an autumn colour anyway. Yeah, I do like changing the colours around. It just makes me feel a little more connected to the seasons changing and to nature outside. If the colours are changing outside, I feel like it's nice to sort of complement that and change the colours inside as well. Oh, that should probably go around the back. Now it looks really wonky. By the way, behind it, that's Jude's staff that she's in the middle of making when she dresses up like Rey from Star Wars. How can I do this? I twisted it round just now and it looked better. I think that is going to require some fiddling. Actually, that does look a bit better. I mean, the whole thing is a bit wonky because the floor is wonky. So we are limited. There we are. That's that job done. Oh, it's annoying. There's always things in the background of these videos. That's Chris's car mats for his new car that he's getting next week. There, let's sort of cover them up a bit. There. Well, my next task is some painting outside, so I'm going to put on an old t-shirt. I've got to find the paint first. I think it's probably in the shed somewhere. Well, I'll show you where it's going to go. Right, well the door is done and I'm now down in the courtyard area that I don't know if you were watching right back at the beginning of summer when we started clearing up this and you couldn't even get in here and you couldn't get to those steps there. So we did a pretty good job, but we did our usual thing and not completely finished it. So we're going to pull back the ivy that's really grown. We're going to do that later today and get that sycamore down and just sweep up generally, make it look a little bit neater and tidier down here. By the way, sorry about the background music. I think there's a wedding going on opposite. So the other thing, and I forgot to film it, is I did all the putty for along here because Chris mended this window that was completely, I mean, you could literally get your whole hand under this window and in there onto the basement. So I'm now, oh, that needs a bit of a, I'll have to use my t-shirt, about to paint this. Yeah, get all this wood ready for winter. By the way, I do know this is a really rough job and probably DIY people are screaming at me right now, but we are planning on actually replacing these windows within the next couple of years, so it is very much a temporary budge job really. It's just to last us maybe 1 or 2 winters, but hopefully we'll be getting all new windows fairly soon if we can raise the funds basically. Right, I think that's a job done. Don't look at the bits of dirt on the inside of the window, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. By the way, if you're interested in the colour, it is ammonite. I wouldn't ordinarily use a Farrow and Ball for an outdoor paint. It's a bit extravagant, I think, maybe, but we had it left over from doing the bathroom door, so may as well use it. And I think that colour, because I thought it was going to be grey, like a pale grey, but actually it's, I mean, in the sun it really does look white. But it actually blends in really, really well, I think, to the old white, the white that was already there, that's peeling away on the rest of the window frame. So I think that's a good choice for an old renovation, if that's helpful at all. Right, okay, I'm going to wash up this paintbrush and have a little sit down for a minute. It is such a beautiful day today. I mean, there's a bit of a chill in the air, I have to say. It's not as warm as it was. We had a weirdly warm day the other day, but there's definitely that autumn chill back in the air. But it's so nice in the sunshine, it really is. So I've just been sitting here doing a little bit of writing. It's silly we've got the umbrella because I'm not very good with the sun. I do like the shade, which is silly really. We really need to sort this area out because this shade just is not, it's like a pirate sail now, all tattered and torn, which is quite cool but not very practical. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a sit down writing some notes actually about YouTube, resting my feet for a bit, but now it is definitely time to get back to work. We just cannot believe how much of this has grown up since we did this. There was barely any ivy on the walls. Last week, to reach the window, Chris cleared all of this plant here, which is that Himalayan honeysuckle, which I learned a new name for it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. And that was growing right up here. The ivy was back over the wall. When did we do it? It feels like it wasn't that. Oh, it was June, wasn't it? It was just before Glastonbury.
Yeah, June.
June. So the amount of growth since June is unbelievable. So yeah, we're pulling out all these roots out the walls and get it properly, all completely cleared off. Yeah, we're getting there. I feel like I'm always saying we're getting there. I finish every, like, I chat to Cameron and I go, we're getting there.
We are getting there. We're never quite there though, are we?
No, we're never quite there. Just wanted to show you this quickly. This bit of ivy has grown through the door of this lantern, one bit, and then one bit's gone out the middle and out the top of the lantern. And it continues right the way into that corner. I have to admit, I kind of like it. Kind of tempted to leave it because it's very fairy tale-y, isn't it? Well, this is our progress for the day. It's a lot better. Chris has been mainly working on the drain down there in that corner and the drain in that corner, so they weren't all blocked up. I've been working on the steps there. But I have to say, I've done that thing where I've way underestimated how long things take. It's almost 6 o'clock and I thought I'd have loads of things to show you of me different things. I've got a massive long list. I thought, oh, that'll be all interesting to show you. And in the end, I've done two things. I've painted and I've done the weeding. And I've got to stop now because I'm booked in on a live art workshop, which I'm really excited about. So I'm very quickly saying goodbye for now. Good morning, it's another day, but same clothes because I thought may as well put on the same dirty clothes because I'll be outside soon and carrying on with the courtyard. But first, I'm trying not to show addresses. I'm off to the post office to post these parcels because a few of you were very kind enough to purchase some of the things I mentioned were for sale that I'd taken down to the village fair, which was for me only a week ago, but I know my videos have gone a bit astray. This is the problem, I keep filming too much and I just don't have the time to edit, so I'm afraid I am a little bit behind. Yeah, so it was only last week, but for you it will probably be a couple of weeks. Anyway, I'm rambling on as usual. So anyway, I just wanted to say a big thank you for your support, and if you were one of the ones who bought something, then I hope you enjoy it in your home, or the necklace sold, so I hope you enjoy wearing it. And yeah, that was a really nice surprise because I only offered them on a whim. I was filming and I thought, oh, I might just mention these could be for sale, and there we are. So that was really nice. Thank you, that was a really nice surprise. Right, so I shall go and do that now. I only discovered it was actually at the village fair because the post office, the lady that works in the post office was helping on the tea and cake stall, and I've only just discovered that the post office, since we've had a new co-op, is now open on Sunday, so I can go and take them down today. They probably won't get very far because of the bank holiday tomorrow. I'll probably talk a bit about that a bit later. Stop rambling, Helen. Let's go. We're wondering if this is a wisteria, but we just don't know what it is. It doesn't quite look like wisteria, but I know I planted one in that corner. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Can anyone identify this viney thing? Should we just be pulling it up or keeping it? Thank you. Oh, that's a nice light. Well, it's the end of the day again, virtually. It's 6 o'clock. I've just got Merlin to walk. And once again, I haven't really got a lot to have shown you for the day because I don't know where they go. Where did the days go? Yeah, what else have I done today? Anything? No, not really, no. So we're just working on this courtyard bit, and we are done. I can't believe it, we are done. We should have finished it properly in the first place because of course so much has, oh sorry about the traffic, so much had grown and we had to pull up again. But yeah, let me show you. Here it is. Here's the finished courtyard, all done. Swept all down here and all down here. And we discovered another drain we didn't know we had there. And yeah, and I'll put in some pictures of what it used to look like because you might be thinking that you haven't really done much, but yeah, we have. So we are going to get some weed killer for the ivy because it is just embedded so far into this wall that there's no other option. If you look at this crack here, and if you look at the way it's all overhanging down here, you don't want to be pulling at those roots too hard, basically. I'm quite exhausted now, and I think I've just got enough energy to walk Merlin around the field, and then we are going to get a takeaway and watch the new episode of Grand Tour. So that's pretty much our evening done, but I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. The people having a party opposite are having another barbecue, and it smells so good. Merlin can smell it. Oh. Merlin, you can smell it, can't you? It smells good, doesn't it? Oh, let's go, let's go. Oh, a feather. I'm after a feather. I'm going to be doing, oh, sun right in my eyes. Let's turn around. I'm going to be doing an art project soon where I'm not allowed to use any brushes. So I thought a feather for dipping in my paint, could use the scratchy end and the feathery end to do some interesting marks, might be quite a nice idea. So I'm glad I found that. Yabby boy. Well, Jude is due back any minute with our dinner, so I don't think I've quite got time to finish this picture that I'm working on, but I'll pop in the clips now of me unboxing this exciting new art supply, and I'll pop in the clips of me doing this painting of Glastonbury Abbey, which I've been doing here and there through the week. Right, the apron has gone on because I'm guessing this is going to be messy, but I'm really excited to be trying these ink sprays for the first time. So I've seen people using spray paints in their art in the backgrounds, and I do like that vibrancy, I do like that energy, but I have not got the space to be doing big spray paint artwork in here. So I thought doing it on a miniature scale with a smaller bit of paper rather than a giant canvas, and using little bottles of ink spray you can buy, I thought might be a good way to try it. Well, I'm going to attempt a drawing of Glastonbury Abbey, and I'm using mixed media paper from Dylusions. Just deciding whether to go portrait or landscape. I might actually try portrait. So I've picked out cherry pie, vibrant turquoise, melted chocolate and pure sunshine. Oh my gosh, look at this. I mean, this is so unpredictable but so fun. I didn't like the red because it just looked like blood splatter. It just looked a bit violent, and when I added the blue it sort of went mostly purple, so I quite like that. The yellow in the background is just glowing, and you can see where I added water, and I kind of wish I hadn't done that now because you've lost that spray goodness. It's sort of all just blended down the middle there, but I mean, look how the little bits of ink there have reacted with each other. So I'm just waiting for it to dry, and then I'm going to carry on, I think, with maybe some watercolour, maybe gouache. I have absolutely no idea whether this is going to lift up if I paint over the top of it, or what's going to happen. So it's just this big fun experiment, and I guess we'll find out. Well, I'm gonna sit down and try and finish this, but quite likely I'll be interrupted any second. So if not, I'll have to show you the finished picture tomorrow. But I think I need to put the light on. Oh, I hate putting the light on. It's that time of year. I hate that change. Can hear music behind me. Yep, she's back. Oh, I knew I wouldn't get long. But at least this is what I love about watercolours and gouache. You can just re-wet them. You don't need to worry about wastage. It is annoying though when you're just sort of getting into it. Okay, yeah, I will stop here because she probably wants some help bringing it all in. Actually, carry on tomorrow. Good morning, it's a new day, and it's a funny old day for us in Great Britain. It's our extra bank holiday for the Queen's funeral. So we're about to put that on the telly. It starts soonish, and yeah, it's sad, it's sad. As well as the Queen dying, what also makes me sad is how nasty some people have been about the whole thing. Can't believe it. Anyway, I think she did a hell of a lot for our country, and she worked hard, and she was a very well respected lady. And yeah, and every time I watch the footage on the telly, I have to have a tissue next to me to dab my eyes, and no doubt I will again today. Yeah, I do actually think the royal family are an asset to the country, and I don't usually talk about current affairs and political things and on here. I prefer to just keep this light-hearted and just entertainment for you guys, really. But sometimes I feel where voices shout louder, I think other voices need to be heard as well. So I just wanted to put forward my support. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding as well about actually how much Queen Elizabeth did in terms of supporting independence for countries that have wanted independence. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about money as well. The fact that, as far as I understand it, now I haven't done a lot of my own research on this, but as far as I understand it, and do say in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think our taxes only pay for the royal family's security, and actually what they have passed over to the government in terms of their wealth and their income, that far surpasses what we as taxpayers pay by a huge amount, and that actually they give money to the government to spend. And I don't think people really understand that, but maybe I've got that wrong. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with the day. I've still got some editing to do that I still need to get done today. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's bank holiday, but the funeral things are going on most of the day, and we're going to have it on the telly and we'll dip in and out of it. Definitely going to watch the actual funeral. I hope this vlog's alright. I feel like I haven't done this like continuous vlogging throughout days and day after day for a long time. I generally just like pick out little bits and put them together. So I feel weird. Anyway, babbling. Stop it, Helen.
A happy event of the birthday parade is...
I keep forgetting about the plums. You know the plums that I picked in a couple of videos ago? Well, I've come inside. I can't talk outside with the traffic, and then the person opposite started scraping their driveway, so gave up trying to talk to you in the garden. Yeah, I was saying the plums that I picked a couple of weeks ago, I peeled, destoned them and froze the actual fruit, but with the skins and the stones I thought I would have a go at dyeing some fabric. I had some cotton gauze in my stash of fabrics, and I just, about a week ago actually, I just sort of scattered them over the stones and the skin over the fabric, rolled it up, gave it a little bit of a boil, and then I sort of forgot about it. I shoved it in the oven because I think Jude was cooking one evening, and I thought, oh well, I'll put it back in the oven, let it warm up a bit more, and then it's just sat in the oven for quite a few days. So luckily it's been quite airtight in a saucepan with a lid on and inside the oven. So now I'm going to take all the bits of manky fruit out of the fabric, give it a wash, and see if it's a nice colour, see how it turns out. Well, we've just finished watching the committal service and some of the BBC News and recapping the footage that was taken today. Oh, it's so sad. It really is a sad day. There's it's felt really odd. Yeah, it's a really odd feeling because it's not like I personally knew her, but it's like she's just this constant presence in our country, and it's just, yeah, a bit sad. Well, I'm really glad that the weather was good, but I'm going to get my cardigan on now actually, because it's getting chilly. Today was the first day my leggings were back on underneath my dress. Yeah, it's a bit chilly. Actually, I won't say goodbye right now because I want to finish this painting and show you the end of that. But then I might say goodbye and then I might show you the dried fabric that I was doing earlier, because yeah, it seems a bit weird just to not show you the end result of that. I don't think I'm gonna do dyeing like that again actually, because it really was looking a bit scruffy. I started doing natural dyeing and natural printing because I was replicating the Khaleesi costume from Game of Thrones. That was one of my biggest sellers right at the beginning of the Game of Thrones series, and it's a really good way of making fabric look dirty without just being dirty, by like just chucking loads of different, I used to use mainly weeds from around the garden and other, yeah, leaves and things, and that was a really effective way of making the fabric look dirty. And I kind of think I'm disappointed there isn't more of a pinky hue. There is a little bit in places in the fabric, but on the whole it just looks a little bit muddy and a little bit dirty. So I'm thinking that in the future when I do natural dyeing, I'll do it properly and actually sort of strain the skins and or strain everything and just use the liquid dye that's created from the natural ingredients. rather than just bung it all on the fabric. It was also quite time consuming peeling off. Some of that plum skin was quite stubborn to get that off the fabric, so yeah, I think in future I will do that rather than bunging it all on the fabric. That's just my lazy way of doing things. I quite like the printedness of it, but I think it might look better if I just used the dye created from the plum stones and the skin, but not the nicest colour in the world, I have to be honest. So I might not use plums again. Right, rambling on. I'm going to finish this painting, talk to my mum, I'm guessing that's who's on the phone, and then we're gathering again for dinner with the family, so that's what's happening. Here we are. I haven't got much to do. I just want to sort of ground this a bit more, perhaps make this darker, make it feel a bit more grounded, I suppose, is what I'm trying to think of. Well, that was the shortest transition from one chat to another. The picture is already done. There really wasn't much to do at all. I thought I had more details to do on the Abbey, the Glastonbury Abbey buildings, but I think in the end I actually didn't, and I very quickly did what I wanted to do, which was to sort of ground the colours in, ground the building into the foreground. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. Anyway, here we are. Here's the finished picture. I am so happy with it. I really, really am. I really feel like this is a bit of a breakthrough piece of art for me. I've been wanting to do landscapes with an abstract background or abstract element. I've sort of been working on it in my tiny little sketchbook, which is over here. I've been filling it with flowers and trying to do sort of abstract backgrounds on that, but it's such a small, it's just A5 and there's not a lot of scope, and I keep ending up filling the whole page with the flower. And anyway, it's sort of what I've been trying to build towards with my style, and I feel like I'm really getting there with this piece here, and I think this is something I'm going to continue trying to work on and to build upon. Yeah, and try new mediums as well to create the background, the abstract background. But I really enjoyed using the spray. I've got a couple of other art and craft supplies I want to try, and I'll show you that as well. And yeah, I'm sort of really chuffed with this one. I'm really quite pleased with it. Okay, I will now say goodbye. I feel like I've chatted a lot in this video. I hope it's worked out all right. I don't know, like, even though I've been doing this stuff on YouTube for God knows how many years now, I still get nervous occasionally, like, am I doing this right? Am I getting this right? Because sometimes I know I get it wrong and I chat for hours and hours, and I think, oh God, Helen, stop being so boring. So I will shut up right this second. I hope you are well, and if you are interested in seeing the whole process of this painting, it will be on Patreon if you are interested in that. And that's everything. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye.